I'm John.
And together we're OCB
Reactions.
And today we're returning to Spiritbox with the song Constance.
Now I'm gonna say this: it better be damn good. Because
I expected to be, because I remember Spiritbox being a very good band, and I promise there will be no comparisons between this singer and the ginger singer, the Titania, because somebody gave a shit about oh, of course you would. It's like, well, I have other bands I could compare that style to, but I wanted you to get the reference.
Right.
So,
but I really don't remember much about Spiritbox.
I remember liking them both times. I'm 6s and 9s or something.
But so for me, it's also been so long since we've been recording. Everything's kind of coming in fresh again for me.
Yeah, I mean, there's been bands that I've listened. Well, I was out of it.
Yeah. You were in a coma.
Yeah, and then I was in a delusional psychotic state for another 2 weeks after coming out of the coma. I didn't know where I was. I actually, for a while, thought I was. I remember the nurses telling me I'd be quiet, or no, I was in pain, and they told me I couldn't have any pills, but I couldn't see them. In my head, I was just way in my head, and I knew she was Asian, and I knew the guy kind of looked downsy. But the lady, she told me I couldn't have anything. I could for an hour, and I actually had to figure that out later. It's like, okay, that's what she told me, but in my head, she was explaining to me that the dragon rider or the dragon fighters had just flown out to meet the dragons, and if I could endure my pain, they could use it to fight the dragons. It would give them extra power. So if I could endure my pain in silence, that gives them extra power. So for an hour, I just endured my pain quietly until she came back. And I remember going is my fighter okay? She's like, well, he's one of the ones that lived. You did a good job. And as far as I could tell, I was in this friggin' stone room with wires coming out. Well, I had wires coming out of me and shit, but and it took me another week and a half to get the drugs down enough that I actually was well, shit, I'm in a hospital room.
Right.
Oh, and that nurse there, he is not the gay lover of an author that I sat next to on because he was not happy when I said, dude, I'm sorry I didn't read your boyfriend's or your husband's book. And he's like, what? I'm married to a girl. I'm like,
you know what? Where's my lighter? I'm catching you back on fire because this is good inspiration for your writing, dude.
Oh, I could write. I thought about writing. They've actually you ever thought about writing down your delusions? I'm like, I could. And I mean, actually, I learned some stuff through them.
Right.
It's one of the things, getting over the fear of being burned again or fire. In my head, one of the nurses, basically, because I couldn't walk when I woke up. I mean, I couldn't walk because, well, I have MS too, and they didn't move my legs or anything while I was unconscious.
Right.
So it took me a while to be able to stand up. But so I dreamt that this nurse, that she took me to this room and put me inside this little cage that had all these pillows in it, so I'd be comfortable. And then she lit a candle real close to it and walked away. And I couldn't get out because it was too soft for me to move and to crawl. And she's gonna kill me. And she should come back. He's like, see, you didn't die. I'm like, you bitch.
And that was a delusion.
It was a delusion, but I got over my fear of fire. In my delusion. I actually thanked that nurse. She's like, what the heck? She was basically looking at me like, what the hell?
Oh. And okay, yeah, and you hear me joking with Ben about lighting him on fire for more inspiration. Look, it's how we deal.
Yeah.
Because I thought I lost my friend, and I'm just more than happy to have him back.
Well, I'm glad to be back for the most part.
I mean, other than having to look at you.
Yeah.
I mean,
I didn't get prettier. That's right.
Didn't make you any uglier though.
Well, I'm not showing my arm.
Well, yeah. But okay, back to Spiritbox.
Yep.
Like I said, it's been so long, I'm kind of out of it, don't really remember a whole lot. But before I start it, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and share. Because once again, we've been doing this for what, almost 3 years now?
Yeah.
And I'm kind of tired of, seeing like a bunch of millennials that started a video channel 3 months ago.
Don't be petty. It's all right. Don't be jealous.
I will be petty all I want to be.
Don't be jelly. I fucking hate that shit. Is it really that hard to say jealous? Don't be jelly. All right, I'll be jam. Fuck you.
All right, let's go ahead and get this started.
Don't make me have feels. You mean emotions or feelings? Oh, you lazy cock.
And this, of course, takes forever now for some reason. All right, here we go. It's not bad so far.
Go ahead.
I think part of it is everything else that we've listened to through this block. It's kind of placed in the wrong place right now.
Yeah. I mean, it's very emotive.
Yes.
And there's that. I kept like when that guy, couple notes like oh, is he gonna go do? He's gonna go do an agent breakdown. He's like, if that doesn't fit, I don't want that here. Please don't do it. Then he didn't. I'm like, oh, okay.
With this song, she's sounding like. Here's what's funny with the kind of music they're playing. It's almost like she kind of almost doesn't fit because in this song she almost sounds like a female country music singer.
A little bit. I think it's. I'm looking at her and like I don't know if you ever seen that Star Wars girl on YouTube.
No.
Anna, her name's Anna, that Star Wars girl, and it's like the singer. She looks like her a little bit to me. It's like somebody like knocked the tits off of that Star Wars girl.
Yeah.
It's like she just like that started with a little buskier than this girl, and it's like this girl's definitely super talented.
Yeah. The only thing that pissed me off And I know a lot of people, you know, whatever, is what this moment I heard auto tune on her voice, I wanted to punch the screen. It's like, she doesn't need it. Why are you using that?
She might be using it as an effect, like make it ephemeral, kind of like an ethereal feel to it.
Yeah,
it's
but
like,
it doesn't do that. It makes it sound like all of a sudden they turned into a robot for a moment.
maybe she was tired and just didn't want to be on.
I don't care. I hate autotune. I will always hate it. I mean, once again, you look into the history of autotune, it wasn't meant for a voice anyways.
No, it wasn't.
But I mean, other than that, I do like this. Like I said, I'm not being blown away by it, but I think once again, the reason that
because the last song for sure just it completely blew us away. But
right,
this is just really nice, mellow feel, and I don't want it to get heavy.
No,
I wanted to stay like this. I wanted to, it would be out of the 3 songs. This would be the 3rd song we've done. Out of it'd probably be my one I would go. It would be the last day would be a go-to for me, but because it's not very energetic. But like if I'm in the mood for something like this should be like I want to listen to this again. But,
well, and like I said,
it could change. We're only halfway through it, but
like I said, it's also placement.
Yeah.
Well, in our day, in our listening, it's the placement. That's the reason why, I'm just not being floored by it, but I do like it. She does have a pretty voice too.
She has a really nice voice. Nice, the kind of female vocalist I prefer.
Right.
The more breathy, jazzy kind of.
Well, let's keep going with it.
I have been waiting my whole life for pressure and increment.
So that's musical Biden. That was a real good representation of musical representation of Alzheimer's. It's very, you're kind of like, man, that's kind of hitting me.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, that's like having like your pieces of you just torn away. It's like, that's awful.
Yeah, it's at the same time, it kind of did kill my enjoyment of it.
Well, it did kill my enjoyment of it because it was like, well, let's finish it and then we'll sum it up. But yeah, if it didn't kill your enjoyment of it, you're not human. I mean, that's like It's like that's upsetting.
I did figure out who she reminds me of a little bit. Anna Paquin.
The
Rogue,
the True Blood chick.
Yeah, I've never seen.
I only watched it to see her naked. So
I think I've only actually seen like a 30-second clip of that show. I've never watched it, but then again,
you didn't miss anything.
It's a vampire show, and I'm so sick and tired of vampire anything.
Oh, it was way worse than a vampire show.
Oh,
it's like although having Rutger Hauer as King of the Fairies was kind of funny.
Oh,
That's the
Okay.
reason, like, Rucker Howard's in it. I'll watch it. And then I went back, and it's like, there was gore. And I'm like, oh, it's gory. I'll watch it. And then it's like, it's not for a male audience.
Okay.
Although it's like, Anna Paquin kept getting naked, and that made me keep coming back.
See that right there is the one part that makes it for a male audience. That's how they get their male watchers is, boobs.
Yeah, I mean, but she's with hot guys to get the female.
Right. But no, back to this. No, I liked it. And like I said, it did kind of kill my enjoyment when they went into the breakdown.
I thought it was really.
It fit.
It was really powerful. I mean, it was a really powerful song. It was a
Yeah.
complete success as a song. And now I'm just a little down. After
Yeah.
the last one, like, you brought me up, but now, nah, go back down where you belong, you dirtbag.
Yeah, I mean, because we started out with Frank Zappa. I mean,
Yeah.
come on, it's Frank Zappa. How can you not be in a good mood after listening to Frank Zappa? And then we go into this amazing prog, and then this where it's like, it's good, and now I'm depressed.
It's actually, no, I mean, honestly, it was amazing too. It fits. I mean, it's like,
Yeah.
this is a really, it's a really well done, effective piece of music. And it's like, but it's sad.
Yeah, and I like I said, it's not that I have any complaints about it other than the autotune, because I just hate autotune.
My only complaint is now I'm sad.
But it's just one of those where it's like the placement in the day and the block.
Yeah.
It's just like we may have been better off starting out with this and then moving into the other ones.
Yeah.
And it would have hit us better.
Yeah.
But I'm still gonna say thank you for
This was
suggesting
actually
this. It was good.
really, really good song. Honestly, it's like I said, it still wouldn't have been like out of the 3 that we've been given. This would be the last one I went, especially now because I'm like, man, it makes me sad. I don't like it.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
It's like, but this is probably the best one.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all the songs have been good, but this one really, really nailed it.
But other than that, I really don't have anything. Because musically it stands up.
Yeah.
Uh,
Thank God there was no growling or they kept.
yeah.
They knew what they wanted to do, and they.
That would have destroyed it.
Yeah.
But that's all I've got.
Same. I'm pretty much done. So fare thee well.
Thank you.